Two U.S. Legislative Center police officials sue Trump over January 6 attack. Washington. A couple of U.S. Legislative Hall police officials are suing previous President Donald Trump over his lead identified with the January 6 destructive attack on the U.S. Legislative Hall. Contending Mr. Trump's rehashed cases of political decision extortion prodded the assault from the horde of his allies that caused them physical and passionate wounds. Officials James Blasingame, a 17-year veteran of the Capitol Police, and Sidney Hemby, a 11-year veteran of the Power, documented their objection in the Government Region Court in the District of Columbia on Tuesday, contending Mr. Trump kindled, energized, prompted, coordinated and supported and abetted the insurrectionists who raged the Capitol. Blasingame said he was over and over called racial slurs by the agitators during the assault, and the two officials endured wounds because of the previous president's manner of speaking. They contend. The officials, who both live in Maryland, are looking for compensatory harms of at any rate $75,000 each and reformatory harms of an unknown sum. Through his words soon after the 2020 official political decision and talking from a place of power over his adherents, sowed the seeds that made likely the brutality that was released on James Blasingame and Sidney Hemby on January 6, 2021, the grumbling states. The U.S. Legislative Center Police said the two officials are USCP officials who are acting exclusively from the department. As per the grumbling, Blasingame was on outside watch opposite the Capitol expanding on the morning of January 6, while Hemby was relegated to the Civil Disturbance Unit. Neither said they got briefings about what's in store from the crowd of Mr. Trump's allies. As the group outside the Capitol expand that early evening time following the previous president's discourse outside the White House, Hemby and different officials scattered along a line of bicycle racks on the Capitol's east front. Blasingame, in the interim, was called to the Capitol and was inside the structure when he took in its west front. Advances were surpassed by the insurrectionists. He noticed 4 of his associates stuck to the entryways by the flooding horde of Mr. Trump's benefactors, as indicated by the grievance. Hemby and his kindred officials were pursued up the means of the Capitol's east front and squeezed against entryways there as agitators got through hindrances, as per the grumbling. He was squashed against the entryways with an end goal to prevent the crowd from getting inside the structure. They hit him with their clenched hands and whatever they had in their grasp, the grumbling states. Things were being tossed at him, and he was showered with synthetics that bothered his eyes, skin, and throat. Security powers react to nonconformists at the passageway of U.S. Legislative Center in Washington, D.C., on January 6, 2021. Hemby, at that point posted at the highest point of the rotunda ventures outside the Capitol's east front, was cut close to his eye and got scraped areas all over and hands. As per the objection, Blasingame, who confronted agitators dashing into the crypt, was known as a racial slur more than once and all through the assault and in the end lost tally of the multiple occasions the slur was flung at him. He was struck in the face, head, chest, and arms, and a portion of the insurrectionists had weapons like flagpoles, bolsters, and building signs, just as jugs loaded up with obscure fluids. The suit asserts. Blasingame at last wound up in the House Ways and Means Committee meeting space to help clear individuals and stayed there for a few hours, in the long run leaving around 7:30 p.m. He is spooky by the memory of being assaulted, and of the tangible effects the sights, sounds, smells and even tastes of the assault stay near the surface, the protest says of Blasingame. He encounters blame of being not able to help his associates who were all the while being assaulted, and of enduring where different partners didn't. The load on Officer Blasingame has been hefty and inescapable. Hemby in the interim, revealed wounds to one side hand and left knee, which got swollen. He was additionally splashed with substance showers that consumed his skin. For agony to his neck and back, Hemby gets non-intrusive treatment, however now experiences difficulty resting. Official Hemby regularly has a quiet attitude yet he has attempted to deal with the enthusiastic aftermath from being perseveringly assaulted, the suit says. Blasingame and Hemby assert Mr. Trump coordinated threatening behavior and supported and abetted threatening behavior with his lead on January 6. The officials additionally contend the previous president coordinated deliberate punishment of enthusiastic pain by his allies and disregarded D.C. resolutions. The suit from the two Capitol Police officials is the originally recorded against Mr. Trump from law implementation who safeguarded the Capitol from the crowd of his allies. However, Democratic legislators have additionally sued the previous president over the occasions of January 6. The attack drove the House, in a bipartisan vote, to arraign Mr. Trump for actuation of uprising, yet he was absolved by the Senate. While Mr. Trump's allies mounted their attack to prevent Congress from reaffirming President Biden's discretionary triumph, which prompted the passing of one U.S. Legislative Center police official and 4 others, they were ineffective. Scores of the agitators are presently dealing with government indictments for their parts in the assault.